So today we're actually spectating randoms, but we're doing it with a little bit of a twist. This is spectating a bronze lobby. I queued up with a bronze player and a silver, and a lot of people don't necessarily know this, but the lobbies are kind of open right now because of the matchmaking, especially early on. They kind of capped what people can be in which lobbies, and overall there's a good mix of everything, so you can still run into like a diamond player in this lobby. For the most part, when I was looking through the pregame, they're mostly bronze and silver players. So we're going to spectate this dude in the gulag. These are pretty important gulags because, one, you get the points. So that kind of secures your SR, right? That's why the gulag is so important when it comes to ranked. And we'll see if people play a little bit differently because normally people tend to kind of like split off in Warzone. And we'll see kind of that they're more hand-holdy or teamwork. Like they play with teamwork the way that you'd imagine people play when something's on the line. So overall, you know, the lobby strength is a little bit interesting. I think after about a week or so, obviously still in beta, it's a shorter season, where we have those matchmaking issues where a silver can end up in a lobby with a diamond, which necessarily shouldn't be the case because there are the brackets where you could party up with. But if you random fill, you end up with those issues. This is a series we've done on the channel for quite a while where we kind of spectate to see how people play and how they handle situations. Obviously, this being the lowest bracket, this is probably going to be the easiest, like in terms of spectating. I wish it actually had the information there so I could see what the person's stuff was. If they had their rank, they should be visible while you're spectating. Because I know when you kill somebody, when they kill you and you get a kill cam, those things are visible. Besides that initial nuance, that'll get fixed once Season 4 drops, because what will end up happening is everyone at Iridescent, which is the top 250 as well, and Crimson will get dropped down to Diamond. So Diamond will be full of players and their lobbies will be very strict matchmaking. And then the brackets all the way down should be kind of loosened up and be closer to what the skill is supposed to be. But it'll get itself sorted out, is particularly in the new season. So if you're like, I feel like the lobbies are still too hard, even in bronze, because it's kind of mixing like a normal public match, you might wait a week or two, and then the lobbies will kind of thin out, and most of the higher level players will have already moved on. Although there's going to be people that are barely starting and still be a bronze player, even though they might be like iridescent quality style player. They just waited till the end to level up. But overall, I'm enjoying my experience. I played for like 2.5 to 3 hours the day before yesterday, and I was able to get to silver pretty quickly. We won 3 matches out of the 6. We had we had a second place and a third place, and then we had like a huge throwaway where we got like 24th or something like that, which wasn't all that great. We still gained a little bit of SR. So pretty good games overall. I had a lot of fun. I experimented with a little bit of different long-range meta that I mentioned in yesterday's video, where I kind of talked about there are some other options after the update, even though most people are still kind of leaning towards the Hemlock for long range. We'll probably dive into a short range pretty soon here, though. So he's looting the train. This is the other train that they added kind of not too long ago, but long enough ago. So now they have the 2 trains that cross each other's paths. And they are kind of split here. We can't really see the mini-map. They've locked that. So we don't get that tool as a tool there at all. We can't see where number 3 is on the map on their team, which is the Slimy or Slimmy. I think it's Slimmy. But one thing that the update has done very well, even though we'll have probably some pessimistic people in the chat, I can see that they are on the screen. It says 100 meters away on the top right. It's showing that, but not on the mini map. So there's a lot to be desired with the lack of HUD. But at least we have plates. This is the first time we've done a spectating random since the beginning of the year where they have plates when they actually have plates. At least they have a decent amount of money to hit the buy station, and we'll still be able to see what's going on with that. Free loadout is dropping. Good opportunity to get your perks, even though perks are pretty available. I like that with the update, the perks, the unlimited UAVs. I mean, there's so many different changes with this update, which are, I think, have made the game play infinitely better. TTK is still too fast, in my opinion, but I think ranked play is really an enjoyable experience when you take it for what it is and accept that the TTK is too fast, right? You play in a team, even though these guys have been separated the whole time, it's kind of odd. But he's working towards the buy, even though there is another buy that they marked interior. He's heading towards the further one. There is a little redeploy drone up here, but near any buy station, you're expecting maybe a little bit of conflict. One thing that is handled quite well, I think, is the cheater situation. I think everyone expected the cheaters to just be out of hand. And I have yet to see clips where cheaters are out of hand. And then there's going to be people who are like, well, everyone's walling. Well, I still have yet to see a ton of those clips. Even though I know they exist, like there are going to be cheaters in online environments. No, Ricochet is never going to be perfect. If you expect it to ever be perfect, you're just straight delusional. But for what it is, I had a good experience. I didn't run into a single cheater. It could be regional based too. I heard that in Europe, there's a lot more cheaters just in general. And I saw that was kind of an emphasis there. It sucks that the Oceania region, they can't even really play ranked play. Even at peak times, you're not going to get full lobbies, which kind of messes with the matchmaking. You can end up with screwy lobbies there. But overall, I felt like the servers have generally been better, even though I've seen we had some pretty laggy lobbies. But in general, it was better than previous. So it is definitely a step in the right direction. But that feels like what this game has been from the get-go. A step in the right direction with each update. Like a huge leap backwards. Like a monumental, probably the biggest leap they've ever taken backwards. And then now incremental improvements in the right direction. But most people that watching this, I mean, at this point, you either kind of accepted that the game is the way it is. And not much is going to change. And you don't play many other games, and that's okay. I'm kind of in a similar spot. I don't play a ton of other games, but right now I've been investing my time a lot into Destiny 2. They got a new season coming out. I'm going to be grinding it. In addition to ranked, finishing out, probably try to get around Diamond, just so that when the rank resets next season, I don't have to have this huge grind to get to Crimson or Iridescent, and then just stop there. I don't need to go much farther than that. I don't plan to grind to be in the top 250 or anything like that. And my skill level is more of a Crimson-ish player. I'm definitely not a Iridescent, so I would have to have the right squad and locked in for that time period. But to each their own. You got to know your strengths and weaknesses. I am not an 18-year-old, whatever, cracked out kid. 35, so I ain't about that. It is still a beta, so it's going to have its growing pains. We've already seen some issues with bugs and things. Are they going to actually mount it up? Mounting is definitely underrated. This is still kind of an odd spot because you're kind of out in the open, don't have a ton of cover. Slimy is up there, but you're not there for the trade. Which in this, you need to be there for the trade. Your teammate's going to take shots, and they're going to have barely enough time to run. And that's one of the best parts with SR for a couple different reasons. When you get a kill, if both of you get a kill / assist, you land bullets on someone, you down someone, your teammate thirsts them, you're both going to get the maximum points. Versus the guy over there, the god, it's me again, he's going to get nothing but the teammates got kill or assist points, which is not the same, and that's less. So if you all tag up people, you're gonna be able to swap those out. There's the trade out. The guy went for the thirst. He's still alive. Nice. Where's the other guy to help him out? That guy just clutched up. He clutched up there, which is W. And this guy's coming up behind, a little bit late. But they're gonna be able to get their teammates back. Can't really pick up the perks to stow them anymore, but if they buy back their teammate, they can land here and get the perks and the weapons, which is a huge update. Sometimes regaining is super hard in this game because of the lack of buy stations, so people camp those, and then when you're coming back, there's not a lot of cash unless you've looted specific areas like these. Cool. But yeah, there's a lot of things you can do, especially early on. You don't have as much of an SRA penalty or fee to get started, so it's worth it to kind of like try and get a couple kills. As long as you can win your gulags, you're going to be set, at least for bronze and silver, probably. Once you get beyond that, you're going to probably have to start placing higher because like a 20 SR loss ends up being a little bit more. You got to get top 20, which isn't crazy hard to do. They're almost going to do that now just by staying alive. And I'd look forward to seeing some rule changes. It's nice not having like riot shields, but things like the bomb drones are super powerful in this. They leave the opponent one shot, which I think it's closer to kind of what it should be. But normally what people are doing now, their teammates mark them, and then they shoot them, wall bang, whatever, because it takes 249 health. So as long as your teammate shoots them once, and then the bomb drone goes off, you'll get the down. Versus right now, a bomb drone just breaks them. It doesn't really do much. So kind of teaming that up, you can get downs still effectively, but there is teamwork required. This guy's rotating back. We're going to go ahead and see the other guy. This is the guy that we were originally watching. He was able to get his build. I also like the UI update. It's not right here, But right below the gun and to the left, when you're holding a perk package, it'll actually show what perks you have, which is super useful. Because sometimes you're like, did I get my perks? I don't remember. Oh, I got the floor loot. What the hell? I grabbed it too fast. What was that? And that's a huge change that we asked for in Warzone 1. It never made it, but now it's here. And hopefully at some point, if we do get individual perks, it'll just keep adding up. And you'll feel like you got specialist at one point, just as a fun element of the game. So one thing that's interesting is this top 250. I think maintaining a spot in the top like 10 is probably going to be harder on this leaderboard than pretty much almost any other ranked system. Maybe that's an ignorant take, but when you get to the top and you hit 15,000 SR, you lose 210 SR just for starting the match. So probably think of the math of how many games you guys have played and the ones you've won, how many times you crack 210 SR. It is still pretty difficult, even with the win. So I think that's going to be very hard for people, and it's not going to be just like, oh, you played for 10 hours and you just won nonstop and your SR keeps moving. You had bad games. That thing, it's going to take like 5 games to recover, like 2.5 hours, 3 hours of playing to recover a bad, like you lost off the rip. So I really am a fan of that system for those elite hardcore grinders. And then the SR is still relatively easy to gain. All the way up to about diamond is where I think high gold, where I think people will start to hit that wall just based off how the SR works. And then the matchmaking will inevitably be a little bit tighter on that end, where you're going to struggle in some scenarios. You're going to have to really have good teammates, which is another problem that I think a lot of people struggle with, is finding their duo. I think there's a lot of people who played in quads and they found out that they're the 4th man out in their squad and their trio's playing, they're kind of left out. And that's unfortunate. There are tools in game. There's Discords, there's Reddits, there's all kinds of stuff if you're looking for groups to play with of similar skill level. And there's even the in-game party finder. I don't know how useful that is because I've never used it, but there is a tool there. But I'll say overall, my experience, I've had a lot of fun with it. Is that the mini bot he had? No way, this guy's selling. Oh, he's gunned. Gunned, bro. They don't have smokes. See their POV. Oh, there's the smokes. Got to bail out. They put the cluster right away. We didn't get a notification, but we're still there. How are you guys liking it? What else would you like to see changed? I think the TTK, if it was better, oh my God, I'd be having the best Warzone experience ever. Because the movement isn't like, with the changes, it's still not great, but it's way better than what we've had for the longest. So I still recovered at that. They're about to make top 20, which I believe gets you a point incentive. Then top 5, 4, 3, all the way down. It's a little bit of a hard shot, but team shooting, everyone got tags in. If you get the down, you get the thirst, you're good to go. One thing that they didn't do was a stronghold or a black site. Those are super powerful in this because they do give you a tempered vest a lot of times, and enough for everyone, which is huge. I think self-revives aren't really plentiful in this mode either, so you got to go out of your way to buy them, and they are very useful. Even though very often, if your teammate's not like literally on you, you're probably going to get thirsted, but you add a new layer in there where you could potentially buy time for your teammate or res, and then now you're able to challenge somebody who expected you to be down. So there's a lot of things with this where it just plays better than the regular Battle Royale. It's more conducive to how I like to play, at least. So this is the first team we got. They're actually doing pretty well. Like overall, they don't have like tons of kills, but you don't expect that in ranked. You just want to rotate smartly. I wish I had access to the mini-map. And even though I don't really like the Gulag, I am undefeated in like my 7 matches of Gulag, even including this match. I was able to win my Gulags. It's like, bro, you just play a heady, you get a couple taps in, you throw your nade, you throw the snapshot on the left. If they're not popping up, then you know they're on the right. You hold an angle. First person to move dies. So, like, you just play to the strengths of the game. So they're trying to hold people. They do have a bounty close by. Their teammates are pinging someone. And this guy has a really good habit of mounting, like, literally everything. They do have a counter UAV up, which is nice. The little drones are moving in, the recon drones. They have 2 minutes to take on Joe Mama 96. Guy's still looting around. Needed some plates. All right. Enemy marked. The other thing with this is I think people are like scared to full send sometimes. If you've assessed the situation, you've identified that you have 1 player or 2 players or 3 players. Once you've identified the number, you try to get a pick, which is a down. And if you get 1 down, then you know, okay, let's full send it, because then it's 3v2. And you got to be pretty aggressive with that, because you got to imagine they went to go self-revive them right away. Or revive them in general. So here he is mounting up. That's a pretty far shot, to be honest. All right, well, they're top 15. I wish I could see their SR gains. All right, let's swatch over to the other guy. Let's see what he's looking at. They are up there just looking. This guy has a reflex sight for far range. I guess, I mean, it's better for close range. For sure, with the optic on. But the amount of range they're challenging, they're just burning through bullets. They do have a good inventory. As you can see, it automatically refills. They are using the Lockman sub, which is pretty much meta for close range, along with the Vaznev. The pistols both received minor nerfs and buffs, depending on what range you're talking about. So it'll be interesting to see if those are still good. They're fighting, and none of their teams are on the mini-map. So that is a bug, right? Like, I can't use the mini-map or the attack map.
There are 24 enemies active.
All right, he's on a streak. Nope, the other one's on a streak. Slimy. Oh, you can see the footprints. Oh, that should have gone in. Still marks them, so he's using those with various builds. This one's a high velocity build, I believe, because they only have the 4 attachments, which are the optic, the suppressor, the underbarrel, and then the 45 round mag. Missing attachment, more than likely, is going to be the ammunition, which is still a good build. All right. Guys got pretty good center zone. What are the odds? We spectated randoms and they end up winning the match. It's like they're magically hearing us rooting them on. People are timing out. Oh, they're probably just, they died in the AFK. Oh, look at that. They're not really close enough to do anything with that. They could have probably pushed up to this building, cleared it out, because I think there's only 1 person in here, potentially 2. All right, there they are rotating. You got the 1. Okay, hold your high ground. You guys got a good zone pull. You still got to watch your back because they don't really have a line of sight of you. They are rotating. Get him. Nice. Was that a kill? His teammate must have got it. It didn't pop up in the kill feed. But you got to go back up. Hold these guys that are going to rotate. Maybe use the windows. Oh, there's drill charges. Oh, you better get out of there. You're going to... Oh, the guy, he might die. There he is. He's dead. They pushed. Nice. Good shots. Cook an aid. Get it in there. Good stuff. You got to res your teammate. Where the hell did he go? Did he? I can't tell because he's not on the map. He's like above him. So I don't know if he went up and just didn't notice. Good use of the head glitch here. The teammate's going to drop down and get in. You got to close the door on them. Good res. That's crazy. They were able to pull that off. Here he is. Nice. Holding the stairs. We can hear the comms.
Bro, like, what is that team, bro? These kids are just camping.
Well, everyone's supposed to be camping. Duh. You're trying to win, bro. Should have loaded up to pubs if you don't want people camping. Nice. Got it down. You got to rotate. You got to rotate. Oh, watch out for your back. Nice. Okay, it's a 3v2v1. There's the solo, baby. You got a plate up. You don't have any more plates. You do have a plate box you can throw down. In the moment, they might not realize that. Got the down. You're the last alive on your team. It's a 1v1. 1v1 for everything. Hopefully they don't need that extra plate. Oh, they got bad pool zone. Come on, clutch it up, Slimy. Or Slimmy. Oh, man. Oh, there he is. He's peeking you. Watch out, that's a snipe. Oh, yeah, I guess he did have him. They just didn't backfill the inventory as quick. Okay, you can make a hard rotate. Watch out, they're still looking. You're not even looking. There he is right there. Crouch walk, ADS walk, you're good. They don't know where you went, but they might spot you. You're going to have audio cue, hopefully. The audio has been slightly better, but still not perfect. You still have a gas mask? Oh, got him! Oh, the clutch! GG's, Slimmy with the win, carrying the team. Appreciate all the support. If you'd like to see more of these as I move up, maybe platinum, diamond, gold, whatever, let me know. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.